Thanks everybody for coming out today. Head Coach Leipold here. Saturday with a divisional game against Ohio at 3:30 here at UB Stadium. Coach, whenever you're ready, you have Coach available for questions.
Okay, Coach. Just Ohio. Just what do you see as stands out as impressive from their team?
Despite last week's setback for them as well, excellent football team that had been playing very good football up until that time. Got a little banged up and things got away from them a little bit in the second half, but really got depleted at the linebacker position. But, Coach Frank Solich has done an outstanding job in his time there. He's, the continuity that he's had in his program with his coordinators, excellent football coaches as well, that they've been able to build a program, I think, that many people would want to emulate in this conference of consistency. You look at a lot of the two deep, they're playing with juniors and seniors and a lot of people like that. Very diverse in what they do in their offensive attack. An excellent defense, a front four that's very physical again. I've talked about the linebackers and a secondary that's been able to make a lot of plays.
Yes, you guys got together yesterday. Just what do you think about the challenge of getting you guys to get past last Saturday?
I know as we get ready to take the field here shortly, I want to say it was different yesterday, different positively on the approach I felt for a Monday. And I know they're disappointed. I know they're not pleased with the performance on Saturday. And I look forward to this week's practice on how we're going to approach this thing. And it's a mature group, especially our seniors, and they've been through a lot, and they know now that we're getting past the halfway point here of regular season. We've got to make sure that we're maximizing our opportunities.
Any do you think in self-evaluating where you stand after the last two conference games, do you need to make any significant changes in what you're doing? We've adjusted a few things during the open week and to take a look. We're always evaluating. We always will evaluate. We've talked about we want to make sure we're always creating competitive situations in practice within the program. What's disappointing about the Saturday's game and the margin and just the overall performance is that I think we came away from the Bowling Green game with a lot of positives. And if you still look at what's happened since then, the defensive performance, the offensive ball control in that game, we had a lot to build on. And to take the step back that we did is disappointing, but it doesn't mean we can't get ourselves back to where we want to be.
Offensively, are you pleased with things where they stand right now?
No, seven offensive points in this game. Last game we drove the ball pretty well, and it's inconsistency right now, and we've got to find ways to become more consistent in what we're doing, and by no means in what our offensive potential is and what our offensive production is, it's not where it needs to be for us to be a team that'll be a winning football team.
Is that surprising to you? I mean, that's the one thing I think a lot of people going into the season felt was confident in.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, when you looked at the offensive experience by grade versus the defensive side, yeah, I can say it, but so I think by years of experience, maybe not, but again, both sides of the ball are in their first year of things, and but it's not like we haven't had any running game at all this year, and it isn't like we haven't been able to protect or throw and catch. It's a matter again of consistency, and we have to get that going soon.
Looking at the two deep, I see that the two guards are flipped, Guy and Manasalvis. Is that?
We flipped them last week, and that's the way we went. Really last Tuesday on, we decided to take a look at it. We like the look of it, and we'll probably stay that way.
And then Anthony left the game in the third quarter.
I don't know if I'd say doubtful right now, questionable in that area. We'll have a better idea
where we're at.
So he'll probably, will he practice today or he'll watch?
You know, as of now, I do not think he's practicing today. He was listed this morning as out, so I don't know if that changed. I've been tied up with a lot of stuff, so I don't think he's going today.
Their offensive style, they run maybe a little more, run the ball a little more than certainly Bowling Green and Central Michigan. Just can you talk about their running style, and they throw in some options here and there too?
Right, they've thrown in some option. Maybe not much as they maybe have in the past, but a mobile quarterback, Darius Vick, has done a great job in things. They've run some option plays. Coach Solich's background at Nebraska, Tim Albin, his offensive coordinator, was with him there, so I would expect always option to be a threat in there, and it always forces you to be assignment sound. What you see is multiple ball carriers, I think 5 to 6, that have, averaging between 4.5 and 6 yards a carry, so multiple weapons that they can go to, and likewise in the passing game. And I think teams that are able to run the ball, again, in their philosophy, they'll have excellent play-action pass, and they're able to use about 6 different receivers, and I think from about 12 catches to about mid-30s. So a lot of weapons, a lot of diversity. Excellent center. I think they're. I think a unit. Knowing Coach, from years past, that he's going to pride that they're going to be excellent up front and physical.
Anything else for Coach Leipold? All right,
All right, guys. Thank you very much.